Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up, what up, what up?
Today on Movie Social, we're going to be doing a review of the HBO Max movie, Lockdown. Fitting for everything going on now. But yes, it is related to everything going on now, too, anyway. But before we hop into this review, if you like what we're doing on this channel and you'd like to support us and help us out, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the channel with your family and friends, and also turn on those notifications. And so, Steph, do you think lockdown was worth everybody's time? Come on, be honest with the people.
No, I feel like this is something that you could skip personally. I really did feel that way. Normally when we're doing things for the channels, and this is the honest truth. When we're doing things for the channel, if I'm like into it, it just feels like me enjoying a movie. Mm-hmm. Whereas if it's a movie that I'm watching it and it's like not really getting my interest, then it feels like, as we all know, back from the day, it feels like homework. And we all hated homework. So
some of us hated homework.
You liked homework?
Depends on what the homework was.
Damn nerd. So it just felt like homework. I was watching it and I didn't enjoy it. There were some parts that had some funny parts, some very interesting parts, but I don't think it's worth anyone's time, to be honest with you.
And see, I beg to differ. I actually do think it is worth your time. It was definitely relatable. I mean, it was something that a lot of people can relate to. Granted, is this the proper time to have released it? Yes or no? It could be, could not be.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Only reason why I say that, one, the UK is still back on lockdown, and most of this is happening in the UK.
I mean, true, but think about it like this. Songbird just came out.
Yes, but see, Songbird took it to an extreme to be a cautionary tale to me.
Yeah, but
this was basically current events. But see, why I would really say I recommend this is because the turn it took towards the second half of the movie.
Okay.
It strayed away a little bit more away from the pandemic and the lockdown and went into them doing what they did. Them stealing the gem, well, the diamond, which is something in and of itself. But
yeah.
Anyway, to me, I personally think this movie was funny at times, and it had some nuances where it was hitting messages of some hilarious moments, especially with when it first started and you had the Skype call, well, whatever, FaceTime, whatever you want it was. Mm-hmm. And they're playing husband and wife, and then you have Anne Hathaway and playing husband and wife as well in the UK. But the one couple back in the States, the half brother, really is married with his real wife, and they were playing husband and wife on there, and they really were married.
So they really are married. I didn't know that.
Got married 3 years ago now. Nice,
but see, I get what you're saying. Like, it had some like I literally found one part funny. You know what part that was?
What?
When they was talking about the night that they had got too drunk and had female
that
escapades.
was funny.
It was funny because
times.
She said, like, they were like, oh yeah, da, 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 da. One girl was pushing it off, the other girl was like really into it, and then she was like, I love you.
That made it hilarious.
Yeah, and then when she got drunk, then she was talking to them another time.
Yeah, she thought
she was about to spill the beans, but
honestly, I think she might have.
I thought she definitely was. So to me, that was the only parts that like really like made me laugh.
Oh, so you mean like part 2 when she actually came out and told him on the elevator?
No, I was just like, okay. I mean, I felt
oh no, because he wanted to say more, but then the elevator door open. Gotta go.
Yeah, to me that part was just like, okay, like it was bypassed. Like to me personally, it started off slow, right? So and then I could be a victim of this. You know how when something starts off slow, but when you get to the parts that you're actually supposed to enjoy, you're just like fatigued already because of the slow start?
I mean, it can happen, but to me, it went the way of how this pandemic was going. Everybody was locked in, and then so many people started going stir crazy, like how he did, going out on the street doing poetry and all that, which was hilarious because you got the one neighbor yelling for him to go to sleep, and the other one's egging him on. Then people in the back breaking into his yard trying to steal some drugs from his plants that he had no clue was back there.
Mm-hmm.
And how it started off with the not porcupine, but the hedgehog back there. How it showed the hedgehog kind of moseying on along, and then he later references the hedgehog, talking about that's why the hedgehog's so friendly and all, because it's been getting drugs.
It was getting high. But see, I mean, it definitely had some parts that, like I said, was funny. I named a couple ones that I laughed at. But to me, it just dragged on and dragged on and dragged on. Other part that I did enjoy that was basically speaking. That truth be told, I honestly thought this was only in America. I didn't know this was in the UK. The hoarding of toilet paper. When he asked the dude,
this was worldwide.
Yeah, when he asked the dude how many asses did he have, and the dude had a crap ton of toilet paper.
Yeah, I mean, this was worldwide.
But I did not know it was worldwide. I thought it was just a U.S. thing because I mean, people in the United States do a lot of dumb stuff. So I mean,
but I also found it funny about the whole his boss creating a fake name.
And not knowing. Now that was hilarious. So many people not knowing who Edgar Allan Poe was
just astonishing to me because I'm like, I wasn't ever a huge poetry buff, but I knew who Edgar Allan Poe was.
Facts.
I mean,
facts.
Really,
that is true. Now that part did, it was pretty funny. Like that, it was like a running joke and it was funny because the last guy at the end was like, the name sounds familiar to me, and he was about to look it up, but then he had a phone call.
Yeah, and then he gives him his ID when he left it, right before the cops show up. I'm like, yeah,
because he forgot to look it up.
Mm-hmm. But it was hilarious because they really overanalyzed the whole name thing and was like, oh, they're gonna catch on. Why can't it just be that your mother was a fan of Edgar Allan Poe and named you Edgar Allan Poe? Because like your family's last name might have been Poe.
I mean, true. That is true. I mean, when I thought that, I was like, well, his family last name, surname could be Poe. It could be. Mm-hmm. It could be Poe. And someone could, like, because people name their children after people all the time.
I'm more than sure there's a lot of Aaron Rodgers. There's probably some Patrick Mahomes now too. Things like that. I mean, you got Michael Jordans out there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, for example, like, I'm named after, like, and this is a true story. I'm named after my uncle. My uncle name is Stephen. Yeah. My aunt, one of my aunt's middle name is Michelle. My sister's name is Michelle. And my other aunt, her name is Shamika. My mom named her something that's similar to that. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah. So
but
that was what some of the parts with this movie where people overdid, and that was the pandemic. They even threw in the part where a lot of people overseas was doing this at a certain time of the day, banging the pots and all that. Everybody outside on their balconies or at their doorways, cheering on everybody else. Just ways to cope with the pandemic.
The part when they were actually getting dressed for work, top half up, that was pretty funny. Now that was funny because again, that was like that to me, like felt legit. Like people were definitely doing that.
When she fired everybody on there, that was like, oh man. And then the dude just was like, yeah, I'm walking away. Let my son handle this and let you suffer. I was like, sheesh. And it was reality because a lot of people probably were getting fired this way.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
It was indeed sad, but the movie just felt too long. 2 hours.
I mean, to me, it didn't feel so long.
Okay. Well, all right.
But you let us know whether or not you liked Lockdown. Did you think it was too soon? Or do you find it tasteless or entertaining or not entertaining? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time.